So I was just, we got a lot of things that they got a lot of things done, and I was delegating, bitch. And I was like, okay. And I taught my niece a little lesson about initiative, and I was like, you see how we're taking initiative, not waiting, or you see how I chose to take initiative and to delegate. And so I taught her what initiative and delegating, to delegate, what that meant. And so that was really nice, just seeing like I just really saw how, like, I know for some of you may be like, that's simple, but for me that was like, I just saw how I really stepped up to the plate and called the shots as they needed to be. But it was really beautiful nonetheless. I got some grounding in. I did some hard work on my sister and her boyfriend, not even remembering that it was the 369 portal today. And I was like, Ashe, remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but it was, wow, it's really a full circle. I got to talk to my mama, because on March 6th or somewhere around that, right before that, I did a reading for my mom on live, and I channeled that my mom needed some Moldavite. I had a Moldavite, so I passed the torch. Moldavite always works with me like that. Like when I'm done with her, she's like, okay, go ahead and pass me to the next person. And so I had gave my mom the Moldavite, and my mom had the Moldavite for less than a month. Things have been shifting in my mom's life drastically. And so today, my sister was like, what you got for me, before she left? And I was like, my spirit just kept saying Moldavite, Moldavite, Moldavite. And I'm like, I ain't got no more Moldavite, I didn't have any more Moldavite to give. And so I was like, Mom, you ready to pass the torch? And I was like, you can sit with this, but I think it's Amanda's time to now receive the Moldavite. And so my mom passed the torch to her. And so this is definitely like a full circle moment. Just considering that now this is the last day of that 369 portal. And so we're really unblocking some stuff. So y'all stay with us. Y'all hold tight. There's definitely some switching around happening. Usually I have YouTube on the left, and now y'all are on the right. Facebook is on the left because normally I had the iPad over here, and it's always blocking the light. It is always blocking the light because it's a bigger, iPad. And so I'm like, why do I keep fighting with this iPad every day? Why do I keep fighting with this iPad every day? And I've been doing this for months, y'all. Since I had this set up, the iPad been over here on the right, giving me a hard fucking time. And so today it just like clicked, and I was like, move this around. Song, and that is a beautiful segue into Jiggity. That's a beautiful segue into the message of the day. Let me change this vibe real quick because I ain't got time for the distraction. Hold on. Hey, y'all should be seeing me trying to like whine and move. And I feel like my mama, because I used to fry her, because she'd be, her face, if you just look at my mom's face when she dances, you'd think that she really doing something. But when you look at her body, you're like, what you doing? That's how I be feeling nowadays. Like, I really be feeling like I'm fucking it up. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, where is the movement, bitch? All right, so let's go ahead and get into the message of the day, because that song that just went off, like I said, it was titled Imagine Me by Kirk Franklin. And the message of the day is the message of the day is put yourself in miracle territory. That's the message of the day. Put yourself in miracle territory. I am pulling the message of the day from the book You Owe You by Eric Thomas, available on Amazon. I am not sponsored for this, but it's a really good book. And so I have flipped it open, and this is the page that I was led to. And so I'm going to read a nice little bit, because this is definitely a message that the collective could use. So y'all just tap in and let it resonate, let it marinate, and whatever is not serving, let it disintegrate. But it's definitely in alignment, because like I said, that song was titled Imagine Me. And the title of this chapter that I'm about to read, it's just like a 2-page, so it's not too long. But this part is titled Prepare for Your Miracle. Visualize your miracle. And don't forget, we're 6 days away. We're 5 days. We're 5 days away from the solar eclipse Aries new moon energy. Ashe? So this is so in alignment, and that's because that's the time for setting your intentions and manifesting and things like that. So, how do you put yourself in miracle territory? First of all, miracles will come to you when you're being the most you. If you've identified your superpower and are walking along your path of purpose, it means that you are on your way to discovering and honor honoring your innermost you. But it's important to remember this. When you're seeking opportunities, it's possible that you may feel you have to be a certain thing, or act a specific way, or perform a kind of role in order to get an opportunity. When you act like somebody else, not only are you betraying yourself, you're signaling to the world that you are not comfortable in your own skin. Oh! People can feel this, whether they're conscious of it or not, and will respond to it in kind. But when you're being the most authentic version of yourself, opportunities that are suited to you and your gifts will begin to come to you. Spend time with people who have witnessed miracles or have been the recipient of miracles. I hang with people who have seen all sorts of miracles and believe in them too. There is a power in hanging with positive people. People who are open to the world, are full of curiosity and wonder. If you can talk to people who have seen things bigger than you and bigger than themselves, you can learn from their experiences. It's like gathering advice from native shamans or studying African proverbs about going to different spiritual realms. People who have gone before us into unfamiliar territory are the best models to help us understand what stories and experiences of miracles can look like. If they can get a miracle, you can get a miracle too. Opportunities come to you. Opportunities come when you are prepared to receive them. When you're practicing your purpose every day, you're putting intention towards receiving opportunities. If you're a writer, you wake up and you write. But you don't just write. You connect with other people who write. You take classes on writing or listen to other writers give talks on the craft of writing. You send your writing to friends and family or other writers to read. Maybe you submit your writing to an agent or a magazine. Maybe you pursue career opportunities that involve writing. By putting yourself in position to practice your craft and think about your craft and talk about your craft, you are not only putting yourself in the position to receive opportunities, you are creating them. You have to be prepared for your miracle. Envision yourself receiving the miracle. Act as if your miracle is just around the corner. By practicing your gift and putting yourself in the way of opportunities, you are actively preparing yourself emotionally and spiritually to receive a miracle. But if you can visualize what it looks like and feels like to finally receive it, you're also actively opening your mind up to the territory where miracles take place. Athletes do this all the time. They watch tape. They study other players. They study themselves. They visualize themselves running, passing, making touchdowns, sticking the landing, getting the chip, getting the medal. When I was struggling academically, to get myself in the mindset of excelling, I would put on a cap and gown. I would play the graduation music, and in my mind, I'd walk across the stage to receive my diploma, and then I'd get back to work. Years before we could ever afford to buy the house where my wife and I now live part-time in Cali, we went and visited to imagine what life would look like. Before I could afford to buy the car that I own now, I went and sat in it to feel what it could be like to own it. When my mother-in-law got cancer, the doctor sent her home to die, but she believed she was going to live until she saw her grandbabies graduate from college. She saw herself in the audience, watching them walk across the stage in their caps and gowns. She put herself in the emotional space to receive a miracle. She prepared herself spiritually and mentally to receive the thing that seemed impossible. That was 2008. My mother-in-law is still alive, and she's seen her grandkids graduate. Now she's vowed to see them get married. If you've prepared yourself to receive the miracle, you'll be ready when it comes. You'll know what to do with it. Ashe. So that is the message, the word of the day, read from the book You Owe You I'm adding Baby Boo, authored, published, whatever. I don't know if he published it, but he is the author is Eric Thomas. Okay, so I share with y'all my little testimonies, my little sprinkles of miracles and blessings of creations that all started in the mind, right? I share my trials. I share my dark seasons where I was in a space where I was destructive. All right, not only to self, but to my relationships, right? To energy that needed to be destroyed. To do what was necessary so I could create the reality that I am currently living. And not everybody was a fan of my actions. Not everybody was a fan of my decisions. I was the villain in some people's lives. But I had to do what I had to do for me. And not only for me, but for my family. Not only for my family, but for my lovelies, my communities, my babies, my boos, yous. The tools. The gems, the jewels, the spiritual services, come on. We're here. So how are you putting yourself in position, my dear? We've been talking about that. What initiative can you take? Who can you delegate? I had I'm gonna share a moment with y'all right now. Okay? And so today, remember I told y'all I had a lesson. But I also had an opportunity for me to rise and to show up in the way I know I need to show up in my true, authentic expression. And so there was a spirit, a soul that came to me for my assistance when it comes to my spiritual abilities. And they didn't know what I was going to give them. They didn't ask for me to give them anything specific. And so in that moment that request was made, I used my discernment, my intuition, and what I know needed to be done. And I took note. And so in the present moment, I presented myself. And I let them know what I was going to do. Hey, I am going to touch your heart. First off, I asked for permission. Right? I asked for permission. Do you give me permission to do what I need to do for you in regards to these heart matters? Permission was granted. And so I began to do my work in silence, but then there were questions that arose. What are you doing? Right? And so I explained what I was doing, but I began to irritate the spirits. I began to irritate the spirits. And I knew it was not personal. I knew it wasn't that being that was getting triggered. It was the spirits that was in them. It was the spirits that I had seen that I was removing. And so now all of this resistance comes up. The energy kind of getting thick and negative for no reason but a reason, right? And so long story short, fast forward, I continued my works. I pushed through it. And then the spirit had the audacity to try to get me to shrink myself by saying, first off, you making these I statements and what I am going to do, this is not you doing that. This is spirit. We are not that powerful. Well, we're not that powerful, and then they try to take it back. Trickster energy. But I already know what that looks like. They say, we're not that powerful. Right? We have to allow, to accept, they didn't say accept. They said we have to allow, spirit to work through us. And I said, I shade to that. There is part allowance that has to happen. I said, but we are powerful. And when I use these I statements, I'm speaking of I in regards to this vessel. that I am choosing to use as a tool to do what I need to do. There was a season in my journey where I used to give spirits outside of myself all of the power, all of the accolades. Oh, Spirit, when I met Logas, Spirit told me to tell you that I want to build with you. I didn't understand what spirit was and what my connection to it was and what the different spirits was and all of those things. Well, Spirit told me to give you this message. Well, Spirit told me to... I don't speak in that manner at all, really. It's very, very seldom that I would say Spirit said. Most times than not, I make I statements because I am remembering who I am as a God being and what that means for me. And so I am not allowing myself to be used. Instead, I am using the energies, okay, these spirits, the reflections of me, I am choosing to use and not be used. Don't get it confused. And so in that moment, I wasn't as hard as I am right now, but I could not ashe to that. I did not give my ashe to that. In that moment, I was like, we are. We are powerful. And that's just like any other religious leader, any other Orisha or whatever. I don't give I speak in a manner where I do separate the spirits, the deities and things from myself so y'all can understand. So I can put a name with an energy with a spirit. But when it comes to my understanding of these beings and deities and entities and what they are and who they are to me, I don't see it as separate. Nor do I speak it as a separate entity. Okay? And I don't give my power away. I refuse to say ashe to I'm not powerful and it's not me conducting this healing work on you. But it takes for us to truly know ourselves at a deep level, and that's a journey. That's a journey. But are you studying? Are you doing the work? Or are you so wrapped up in the beautiful gift box of manifestation? We're so wrapped up in manifestation. Man, how do I manifest? How do I manifest? Financial freedom, financial freedom. Abundance, abundance. Who the fuck are you? Are you constantly exploring that? Discovering that? Uncovering that? Again, or are you just regurgitating like I talked about the other day? Are you doing the spiritual exercises, conducting the spiritual contract breakings? Or are you just keeping it in the basics where you just burn a candle, only working with the new moon, full moon? The moon is present all day, every day. The sun is present all day, every day. Now it's light that it shines. Now that is visible throughout periods of the day. But my point is, are you constantly doing the light work, the shadow work? We want to walk in the light, but we don't want to face the shadows. We don't want to embrace the shadows. So what work have you yet to do? What parts of you have you yet to connect to? Through and through. Before you fly high, you gotta grow low, so low. Or will you continue to blow smoke until you fuck around and find out and remember that this ain't no joke? So stop playing with yourself, stop sleeping on yourself, and let's fucking rise. Don't worry about who thinks you're biggity. Bounce it, biggity, bounce it. Don't worry the fuck about that. Oh, you think you God. Oh, you think you this. Oh, you think. Move into the fuck you know. And until you know, you gonna always tremble. And this is not the time. This is not the time for no weakness. You can be meek. And just because you're meek, that don't mean you're weak. But don't you forget the fuck who you are. But we gotta first remember the fuck who we are, because you may have forgotten, and that's all right. Again, that's why I have the services on the website, CrystalineMars.com. That's why I'm gonna get on y'all motherfucking nerves. That's why I'm conducting 15% off sales throughout the week, every fucking week. So you have no excuse. And the best I can do right now is 15% off. And the best you can do is invest in yourself. The answers that you're seeking are here. Internally and externally. But do you got that white, that whatever it takes energy? This is not a game. And we laugh, we play, we bring in some lightness to it, because it don't have to be all serious all the time, clank, clank. But there is a time where we have to have a full circle, full round table. Come on, back to the drawing board. Don't forget now. Don't forget. Are you getting played, or are you the player? Demon Slayer. But there comes a time, and that time is now, where it's not about just slaying the demons, but understanding them. Understanding them. Putting them in their proper position. Because that's where a lot of us go wrong. Energy cannot be destroyed. And that's why some of us are constantly experiencing these battles. And it's like, well, I did a cut and clear. I did a cut and clear. That's only part of it. We want to cut the attachments so we can rise and see the connectedness to it. See the use of it. See the purpose of it. So we can then again use it, so we can switch the role. Because most times when these things are attached to us, it uses us. But that detachment, again, allows for you to shift and put yourself in position and say, hey, I'm driving this motherfucking boat, bitch. I'm the captain of this shit, bitch. So let's do the work. 101. I'm calling y'all out again. 101. OG Lovelies, where the fuck y'all at? Y'all show up on the show, but where are y'all 101 sessions? Let's fucking go. Past life regressions. Make it make sense. Before you jump the fence, where you going? You're praying and manifesting and doing all these things, asking for all these things, but what you gonna do with it? When it comes, when it aligns, when you align with it, what you gonna do with it? Are you ready? Can you even really handle it? If I go there, baby, with you. Ashe? Ashe. And that concludes the message, the word, the tangent of the motherfucking day. CrystalineMars.com. Start with a consultation, a birth chart reading, a past life regression, wherever your spirit leads you. But know the interference is getting thick. Like I said today, I stirred some shit up. Know you gonna stir some shit up. Let them cook. Crabs in a barrel. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. I am Mrs. Duüblé Jones, the lady with the stones. Come here and leave us a fuck alone. So I look forward to seeing y'all more. I look forward to the days where we are connecting with a lot of you one-on-one. Because some of y'all been showing up. There's a lot of y'all. And I know part of y'all waiting on me too. Because trust me, this is a word from me. From me to me, from me to you, baby boo. Am I ready for you? I've been preparing for y'all for years. And I'm still preparing for more. But I'm ready. I'm ready for you. You're ready for you. And at the end of the day, remember, nobody owes you but you. So where can you start today? Where can you start in this moment? Even if it's just a little acknowledgement. Ashe? So let's go ahead and transition over to the daily energy, and then we're going to get into tarot tea time. If y'all would like a live reading, y'all can send y'all love offerings in. First come, first serve. Any questions you have, past, present, future, money, love, career, spiritual development, y'all can send y'all love offerings in. All right. Look, and the frequency that's playing right now is the root chakra. Let's get to the root. Let's start at the root. I was looking at my root herbs downstairs when I was preparing my tea. My valerian root, my ginger root. Let's get to the root. Let's start at the root. A lot of you can benefit from the chakra clearing, and we could do a clearing every 2 weeks, a clearing once a month. I've already had a couple of appointments with y'all, and we have our schedules set up in regards to how we're going to tackle this. I give y'all homework with our personal sessions as well, y'all soul work. Let's go. All right. We want to shoot up to the third eye and the crown, but let's make our way down. All right, do you feel safe? Do you feel sound with who you are, where you are, and where you are not? So the daily energy for the 25th, March 25th, there's going to be a lot of messages. You sent a love offering in about love relationship, Ashe. There's going to be, your spirit team is going to be communicating to you through music. Okay? Poetry, art, music, communication is going to be a big theme for this day. There may be some hiccups, right? There may be some pots that stirred. Tomorrow is Tuesday, which is Mars energy, war energy. Explore energy. But then we have a lot of throat chakra energy as well. We have throat chakra energy present. Okay. And so this is going to be your time. Some of y'all may have need to hear what I had shared in regards to me having to stand on what I know, you know? And I wasn't saying it to convince anybody, but I said what the fuck needed to be said though. So there may be some things that you need to say. Express. It may ruffle some feathers. It may stir some things up. But again, do not lie to yourself. Do not lie to nobody else. Okay? This is also a great day to explore what is a healthy outlet for creative expression. Rather that's through poetry, art, music, dance, whatever that is for you. Be honest and discuss what's really bothering you. Discuss what's really bothering you. If some things arise, address it. Be mindful of escapism. Be mindful of escapism on this day. You may feel cornered. Okay? You may feel overwhelmed. You may want to bite your tongue, but this is not your time to bite your tongue. This is your time. Maybe you need to speak a little slowly. Maybe you need to call your higher self to guide your tongue. Maybe you need to think of a second or two before you speak. This is not the time to bite your tongue. There are things that you need to say that may or may not have anything to do with you. Somebody got to say it, and that somebody is you. Somebody got to do it, and that somebody is you. Remind yourself that you are safe. So with that escapism, starting with the root, you may want to start your day off with some root work. Grounding, meditation, prayer, wearing your grounding stones. The colors for the day are red, orange, and yellow. And the crystals for the day are pyrite, lime jade, and tiger's eye. The ritual that I would recommend for the day is the divine communication. Okay. So that concludes the daily energy, and we're now going to get into tarot tea time, you and me time. Peace, Miss Sheba Ashe. Y'all, my head wrap a little tight. It's kind of hurting a little bit. So y'all go ahead and drop your hearts down below. What was it? Red? What was it? Red, orange, and yellow? Midori said, you mentioned that I should start exercising my high priestess energy by doing tarot and learning spirits. I know nothing about tarot, so do the tarot sets come with instructions when you buy them? Okay. Okay, Midori. Okay, Midori. So that is something that I advised. But I do pick up that there is we need to open ourselves up so we can connect in the way that we need to connect. So don't put don't stress about the tarot cards right now. Just to let y'all know, I was trying to keep it down low, but y'all been coming through asking about the meanings of tarot. Like Jasmine asked something about tarot. She's trying to learn tarot. I am currently in the process of creating my own tarot deck, and I will be coming through with tarot lessons. It is my intentions to have it done as soon as I can. But again, I'm giving myself time so I can bring quality service and product to the table. But I'm giving us a few months. Maybe 3, something like that. I have a date in mind. And so I'm working diligently in the background to bring that to the table for beginners. For those of you who already do pull, but you want another perspective, I will be bringing tarot classes to the table soon and very soon, coming by summertime, around that time. But to answer your question though, most tarot decks do come with meanings. They do come with meanings. But my tarot classes are going to go beyond that, because I know for me, I started with just like looking at the interpretations, but when it comes to tarot, and that is like, you can go deeper. You can go deeper than what the book says. And so I will be sharing different things that you can do to incorporate, or different things that you can learn to incorporate in your readings for a more full picture reading, instead of just saying, oh, the Two of Cups, this is relationships and maybe a new partner coming in, and like what the book says, right? So we're going to delve a little deeper when it comes to that. So y'all just be patient. And don't wait for me per se, but when it comes to you specifically, Midori, I would definitely start at the root, and let's start preparing ourselves for that energy. Because one thing about it, when you do start to use these divination tools and you start conducting rituals and tarot, there is a spiritual guard, right? There is certain things that need to be put in place, because you're now connecting with more spirits and things like that. And we don't want to get caught up in entanglements, but by us not taking precautions and like certain necessary steps to protect our aura, our mind, our spirit, and things like that. Okay, because if you just jump right in and just willy-nilly and just start pulling shit, you're now making all these contracts unconsciously, and it's going to make your life way more challenging than it has to. So I wouldn't recommend everybody just jump into it. I wouldn't recommend anybody jumping into it. But if that is an intention of yours, let's set that intention and allow for our spirit to guide us to the different things that we need to do so we can set ourselves up for that time, right? Put ourselves in position. But a good way to start is Oracle. When I do talk about tarot, and like with the High Priestess energy, I do recommend Oracle is a nice way to like tap in, but you're not like, it's not the same as tarot. It's not the same as tarot. Because tarot has like different archetypes and it goes really deep, but Oracle is more like a way for you to exercise your third eye, your High Priestess energy, but the message is there in Oracle, so you don't really have to do much traveling spiritually. You don't have to do much channeling like that because the message is there, it resonates, and then from there you can expound. So I do have some Oracle decks available. I have 2 Oracle decks available on the website at the moment, so you could check those out. But if you want to, I would recommend starting with Oracle, and then we could ease our way into tarot. Okay, it's like you don't want a raw dog, start with the condom. And then even if you use a condom or not, take your time, right? You don't gotta bam, you don't gotta ram that bitch. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me see what we looking like with the Q real quick, just so I can know what I need to do in regards to the collective. Okay, so I have 2 baby boos. I have, you pronounced your name for me last time. Nelvula? Did I pronounce it right? Nelvula? I got you. And then, thank you, Crystal K. Thank you so much, baby. I love you. So I just have 1 baby boo in Q right now. You said the analogy. Y'all, it's really bad because like when I say I really be channeling, because I don't even remember the analogy you're talking about right now. I don't remember the analogy. It's gone. It came and it gone. That's why I was like, when I was just channeling earlier, I was like, trust me, I know this is for me too. Trust me, I'm going to run this live back. Miss Chief said, I will purchase your Fortitude deck next week. Ashe. That Fortitude and the Unveiled, they work super beautifully together. Super beautifully. So this is going to be a general collective reading, y'all. Y'all take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Like I said, the service of the week is 15% off the full tarot reading, which is an hour. So if y'all want your one-on-one time, again, you ready to take the next step and delve a little deeper, y'all book on the website, crystalinemars.com. Oh, you said the raw dogs. Thanks. All right, so what does the collective need to know? What's the collective perspective? All right. Yes. Can't keep running away. Yup. Remember that energy I picked up for tomorrow where I was like, this is not the time to bite your tongue? This is not the time for you to try to run? That's literally what this energy is. Okay? This is time for you to turn it the fuck up. Some of y'all are like, well, I don't want to cut the light all the way on because it might be too bright for them, or I don't know if I'm too much for them, or I don't know if I'm gonna say the wrong thing, or I don't know if I'm gonna make people feel uncomfortable. I don't know. But with this 8 of Cups, the 8 of Cups is the card of releasing and walking away from something, putting something down. But with it being in reverse, this is like, no, this is not the time for you to remove yourself. This is not the time for you to shrink yourself. That was a word, because this sun represents Leo energy, and I told y'all I was in this energy today. So y'all know we be neck and neck, or some of y'all be like right behind me. Some of y'all don't experience this, and another situation gonna come again. And so some of y'all, this may be a situation that arises very soon. Ashe. Oh, today was the day, Baba. Okay, I got you. Today was the day, so it's time for me to show up and take initiative. Brother Logas just came in and He said skip him today. And you see how fast that just turned around? Because I was about to say, and it's going to come in fast. So I'm going to turn around fast. Because Brother Logas led our exercises for March 6th for the first 369. He led our meditations for 315, which was the next 369. And so I'm closing. I'm leading and I'm closing. I'm leading and I'm following because I'm picking up where he left off and closing out the 369 today. And I just got notified. But I can't run away. It ain't nothing I ain't never did before. And that's the energy for you. That's a message for you. It ain't nothing you ain't never did before. And that's why past life regressions are so beautiful. Because it brings insight. It makes it make sense for you. This is not your first rodeo. It's not your first rodeo. And in this life, you may find yourself uncomfortable because now you're in new territory. You're being called to do things on spot. You're like, whoa, I ain't never did this before. But what's your South Node? Birth chart reading. What's your South Node? What energy did you master in past lives? What energy did you master in past lives? Samahani, excuse me. What's your North Node? What energy do you need to master in this life? Past lives. What were you doing in your past lives to prepare for this moment? And some of y'all, when we do some past life regressions, you're going to be like, bruh, I see why I feel so connected to this thing. Because in this life, I'm choosing to go a little further. I'm choosing to do it again. And this time I'm going to use the wisdom gained. I'm going to do things a little differently. I'm going to go further than I did or allowed myself to the last life. Some of us wanted to unalive ourselves because it gets too heavy. You just want to check out. You feel hopeless, you feel helpless, you feel purposeless. You have purpose here. You just got to look for it. And you'll find that once you open up your mind, once you open up your heart, and once you start, you'll see that, wow, I really didn't have to squint to see it. I just had to look in the mirror and give myself permission to just be it. But it's oftentimes that we sabotage ourselves because we've been operating in this one way for a long time. And then when we choose to be different, we feel like now we're, not being authentic. No, you are. You were being inauthentic. You were being fake. You were being phony. You were putting on a facade. You were wearing a mask. And now you're getting back to who you are. So what are you running from that you can embrace right now? I understand it may be uncomfortable. But remember, just like in the gym, building muscle, it hurts. Them leg days, they hurt. But once you continue to exercise, once you continue to work on your craft, once you continue to face your fears, once you continue to do those things that you were once running from, you'll find like, wow, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that big of a monster. Remember we talked about that the other day. So what do you want to share? And like we talked about, don't get lost in the manifestation. Let's really tap in and tune in and see where is the infestation. All right, let's fast, let's cleanse, let's purge. Let's choose a healthier lifestyle. Right? Let's detox. Attack those parasites, those parasitic thoughts, those parasitic energies that are just leeching on and eating away. And we over here itching like a pup, waiting for the next fix, forgetting that only you can ultimately free you. You can have people here to assist you, but you have to be in a space of surrendering and allowing. Today, remember I told y'all, the soul came to me and asked for assistance. And when I showed up, then came the resistance. And I pushed through as much as I can. And after a while, I pushed through and I did what I know to do to redirect the energy. And after a while, I said, you know, I cannot force you to do anything that you are not ready or willing to do. I said this aloud in front of them. And I said, so I release you. And in that moment, I released myself. And I said, I did my part. But have you done your part to the best of your ability? And then everything is not for you to fix. You may be just the hammer. You may have the hammer. You may have the screwdriver. And if the person wants to use you as a tool, when I say use you as a tool, I mean use you as a reference, right? Come to you for service, healing, clarity, insight, whatever. Then you can choose, like, okay, you can use me. But everything is not meant for you to come in like Bob the motherfucking builder. Bob the builder, can you fix it? But what you can fix, what you can shift is your inner world, your inner being, right? And so also, what parts of you are you in denial or you don't accept? Remember that we cannot change who we are, but we can improve who we are. We can embrace who we are. We can love who we are. So let's see. Yep. We have the Four of Swords here. The proof is in the pudding. The King of Cups in reverse. The proof is in the pudding. There's no need to go out of your way to prove who you are, to prove what you bring. Don't go out of your way, but get out of your way. Stand in the way. Don't go out of your way. Don't go out of what's in alignment for you. Right? But do get out of your own way. How are you so defensive? Right? So argumentative, so combative. Move. How are you edging God out with that ego? And how can we rise? How can we stand in the way and be unmovable? And when I say stand in the way, I mean root ourselves to where things around us must move. You don't have to move everything. You don't be moved. You don't be moved. And by you not being moved, whatever wants to run into you, it will bounce off. Just like if you run into a pillar, is that pillar gonna move? No, bitch, you are. You drop it to the floor. Drop it, give me a 50. Right? That wall ain't move. That pole ain't move. You bounced off of it. And so not everything, you don't have to say everything. You don't have to elaborate on everything. Again, you don't have to convince anybody or try to get anybody to switch sides. That's not your job. Your assignment is to be and to not be moved. Don't you be a fool. Do not be moved. And we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. It starts with you. Some of y'all so sick of being lonely. Over here playing phony. There could be things that you are being called to do. Positions that you are meant to fill. Seats that you are meant to sit in. Tables that you are meant to eat at. And you may be really trying to grow comfortable with you. Enjoying your own company. Some of you may be in a relationship, but you're like learning what it means to be interdependent. Some of you are not in a relationship. It's got to do with work. You're like, I'm tired of being by myself. I'm tired of working by myself. I'm tired. Where's my team? Where's my team? Okay. But with this King of Pentacles, this is something for you. This is a foundation that you need to build. And once you have your four corners covered, then the universe will begin to show the different people who can assist you. But some of us are codependent. We never really had to be in this space and do it by ourselves. Heal by ourselves. Go through the dark night of the soul by ourselves. And when I say by yourself, you're not by yourself. But you may find like out of your group of friends, you're the only one that's kind of experiencing it. You know, out of your family, you're the only one who like experiencing it right now anyway. Okay. But again, with this Fool and the King of Pentacles, taking it back to the message of the day. Prepare for your miracle. Prepare for your financial breakthrough. Prepare for this new that's coming with this eclipse, Aries new moon. What you gonna do with the money? And that's something I've been working on. It's like Logas talked to one of our lovelies about this the other day. And it's like, since he said it, it's just been something that's been on my mind. But he was like, and I shared it with y'all the other day, but I'm going to say it again because it's coming up. But he was like, if I granted you the freedom, if I granted you this financial freedom, what would you do with the freedom? And the lovely said, I would reinvest. And there's a balance with that, because you do need to invest your money. Like, say if you have a business, right? Prime example, when I conduct the rituals, right? And you all book your personal rituals, or you all book your services and things like that, I invest back into it. I gotta buy more candles. I choose to buy more candles and more herbs and things like that, more spiritual tools to support me in my rituals, right? But ultimately, I use the financial abundance to live a healthy life that is in alignment with my highest path. And so like today, for example, I spent a couple $100 on supplements, all natural supplements. And it's like this blender that I want, because I make like our own body butters. And that the blender and everything that I'll need is a couple of hundreds too. After I get the butters and the blender and the oils, it's a couple hundreds too. And I was like, what you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna invest in what I need first. Right? I'm gonna invest in what ultimately is going to help me get further first. So that is reinvesting back into my business. And that is also me reinvesting into cleansing my body and detoxing. So I can vibrate higher. So I can live healthy. Right? So I can restore my health. And I'm like, okay, and once I made that purchase, so I'm gonna sit down for a little bit. And I set a goal for myself. And I'm like, once I hit this goal, then I will invest in what I want. And until then, I'll have to use my other little stuff I got in the house. I'm gonna have to be resourceful and figure it out. Right? So what are you going to do with the abundance? What are you doing with the abundance that you have? Okay? Because you're not going to get nothing that you're not ready for, and you will get tested. You will be blessed with a little tested to see how you're going to deal with it. How you going to do with it? How you going to use it? Let's see. So I'm about to close out our collective reading. And then I'm going to get into our personal readings. And then we're going to close out with our, with our spiritual exercise. So we have mortgage rates here. We have mortgage rates. What's this? We have gas leak. Mortgage rates, and we have gas leak. Okay. All right. So this feels like I'm hearing this is an in-house matter. So you might need to, family matters. There could be some family matters, some toxic family matters that are coming to light, some toxic family matters that need to be addressed, or maybe just even acknowledged within yourself. But some of you are trying to fast forward, and your spirit's like, no, we're going to rewind. We're going to pause. We have the Page of Wands. So this is getting like an apprentice kind of energy. So a lot of you are going to be doing some more studying when it comes to self, when it comes to your craft, your business, your relationships as well. A lot of you are also going to find yourself being very more like observant. More observant. Here go that Hangman. Here go that Hangman. Remember I told y'all how I had did what I needed to do, did what I could do with the lovely earlier, and I surrendered, and I was like, you know, I'm not going to try to force you to do anything. You asked for my help, and now you're resisting it. And I'm trying to redirect you, but you don't want to be redirected, so I release you. And when I got home, a package of candles came, and the owner of the company, they had a Hangman card in my order. And the Hangman is the card of surrendering and shifting your perspective. So with the Page of Wands and the Hangman as well, meet people where they are. I do not mean lower your standard. I do not mean treat them like a child, but in a sense I do mean that. There are some people, a lot of people who are around you who are on different levels, and you may be coming to one person in one way, and it's not a one size fit all type thing when it comes to what you bring. Some people, they on kindergarten level. Some people, you got to take it slow. You got to go back to the basics and break it down. Some people what's understood ain't got to be explained. And so you may be receiving resistance because you're trying to go about it. That's what I learned today. You're trying to go about certain things in the same way, but you got to adapt. You may have a 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade class, but you have a certain way you reach each student. Some students are hands-on. Some students are visual learners. Some students are like audible learners. Some students, they learn fast. Some students need remediation. Some students need you to read the instructions. Some students don't. So are you adapting to the people around you? And you can still stay true to who you are, what you believe, and what you stand in. It's just your delivery may shift. And that's okay. You are not just one way. You're not. You have versions of you. You have levels to you. You have sides of you. So how are you trying to lock yourself in this one way of being? And you're like, oh, either you get with me or you don't. No. Again, it's like the teacher and the students. Oh, this is just how I teach. So either y'all gonna get it or you're not. Go ahead, and your test scores are gonna be shitty. And so patience is required. Patience is required. Some of y'all don't even realize how good you got it. Some of y'all don't even realize how far you are. So a lot of y'all gonna have some energy, some entities that teach you a lesson about how you need to show up, how you need to adapt, how you need to speak with tact, how you need to be considerate. Consider your approach. Okay? Shift your perspective. We have sorrow here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So with this sorrow, pity parties. Some of you want pity parties. There could be some kind of injustice, some kind of something that happened, and you over here looking for the next person to feel bad for you. Cut it out. Act like it's gum in your hair, girl. Cut it out. All right, we done. We got funeral. We done. Okay? Rest in peace. Rest in peace. It's important that you really get familiar with what's yours and what's not yours. And identify when something is not yours and just remove it. Remove it. You're going to have to coexist. You're going to have relations with people. You're going to have to work with people. You're going to have to live with people. Well, you don't have to live with people, but you're going to share this life experience with people who are not on the same frequency as you, who do not, who may not be on the same spiritual path as you, who do not have the same perspective as you. But again, your assignment is to not be moved. You may be around somebody who suffers from anxiety. And are you able to identify when that energy is trying to leech onto you? You can have compassion, you can have empathy without signing a contract with that entity. Boundaries. Who are you allowing to slow you down? Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? Because ultimately, on a higher level, you're waiting on you. You owe you. So you continue to lead with integrity. And know that whoever gonna follow, gonna follow. Whoever gonna share space, they gonna share space. But you mind your business. Let's close out with our declaration. 934. That was my military, my unit number. Some of y'all are in boot camp right now where you learning, right? Some of y'all are in boot camp where you are the sergeants. You are the RDCs. And the RDCs are like the sergeants in the Navy in boot camp. Okay? And so you need a certain level of discipline, structure, order. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. So it looks like I opened them to the intro. Beautiful. So I'm going to read this. Wow. Let me see. Read it rainbow head ass. Greetings, beautiful, beloved one. The ancestors are well pleased. Today I also broke a waist bead. I put my waist beads on right before I went live. And I told you, my mom said I broke a cycle yesterday. And then today my family left. And I broke a waist bead today. And I'm like, Ashe. The ancestors are well pleased. They have called and you have answered. You are the sacred heir to the queendom of the divine. In the form of these cards, your ancestors have come forward for the possibility of a deeper relationship with you. Your sacred inheritance is their wisdom and guidance. Your ancestors prayed for this moment, this time. You carry their celebrations and their tears in your veins. Your ancestors laughed, drummed, wept, ate good yams, and drank palm wine and mead. Your ancestors made love and fought. They were silly and serious, beautiful and unlovely, wealthy and poor. You carry generational wisdoms and traumas, ancestral curses and blessings. You are a library of your ancestors. We are all made of stardust. Exalt in the grounded joys of your ancestors of earth. Breathe the thoughts of your ancestors of air. Dance with the grace of your ancestors of fire. Hear the cries of your ancestors of water. Connect with the ancient wisdom within you. Your ancestors gathered around the bonfire and at the river's mouth to honor their ancestors. Ancestors of the blood, ancestors of community, ancestors of the land. They also had reverence for plant and animal spirits. Your higher self chose your family group, and they chose you for this pivotal period. Yes, they have a purpose for you. That's why your energy is so different. You have been given the blessed assignment of evolving consciousness and breaking the curses of the lineage. Repeat this. Ooh, wait. It ran in the family until it ran into me. And this is where it runs out. I gotta run that back. Y'all leave this down below. I'm gonna read it slow. It ran in the family until it ran into me. And this is where it runs out. It ran in the family until it ran into me. And this is where it runs out. You have walked with some of your ancestral spirit guides through many lifetimes. You were made with the legacy of love. Some of you may feel called to this deck. And that's pretty much what I feel called to read. And so our declaration is going to be the shadow. Watch your back. Caution, danger up ahead. This is a time of illusions. If they tell you the sky is blue, check. Confusions. Dishonesty, deception, and uncertainty are in the air. Trust your intuition. Your inner voice is screaming to get your attention. There's more to the situation than meets the eye. Energy don't lie. All right. So just what I get from that is, like I said, we started the live on 8/18. That's my birthday. And this is card number 18. And it says the shadow. And again, like we talked about, it's not about you hashing and slashing the shadow per se. It's about you using the shadow as a tool, right? And the declaration is, I am willing to feel and release my fears and doubts. I am willing to feel and release my fears and doubts. So y'all leave that down below in the comments and we're going to walk it out. I am willing to feel and release my fears and doubts. I was talking to my sister a few days ago, and she started to talk about her fears. And she was like, no, I don't want to talk about that because I don't want to put that negativity out there. And I was like, no, let's acknowledge what our fears are. It is what it is. Okay, we just don't want to let our fears paralyze us. Right? So that concludes our tarot tea time. You said every morning you catch 8/18. I shame. But that concludes our tarot tea time. So those of you who came in till end, I definitely advise that you run it back from the beginning, because from the beginning we've been in there like swimwear. Again, y'all head over to the website, book your personal rituals, as well as your spiritual services. If you would like a recommendation in regards to what service, honey, that you could best benefit from, you can just ask down below in the comments. Serious inquiries only, right? Serious lovelies only. And I do not mind guiding you in the direction that you, guiding you in the right direction. But I'm now about to get into the personal readings. If you would like one, send your love offering in now. I believe I only have one lovely in queue. After I finish the personal readings, we will close out with our spiritual exercise where we're going to be closing up this heart chakra energy. Y'all, I experienced my heart chakra open for the first time, because as I reflect, when it comes to heart chakra opening, I've done like heart chakra exercises. I've felt as if my heart chakra was open. I've seen my heart chakra open. But for the first time, I felt it was like a fire. It was like a firecracker in my heart, where it was like a burst of energy. It was just like, and I was like, wow, like I never felt that. I felt pressure on the heart before. I felt flutters in the heart before. I felt it swirl, but I've never felt like the bubble was popped. And I was like, wow. So I'm super excited to do this work with y'all. So y'all stay with us, okay? Ashe. Brie, I don't know if you saw the live, but it's a boy. I know you asked last time. Graffiti said, Ashera said, what deck was that? That is the Secrets. Ooh. That is the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. I got it from Amazon. Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle on Amazon. That's what it looked like. Ashe. But Graffiti said, I am feeling called to the higher wisdom ritual, but what do you suggest for me for the new moon? Yeah, definitely. Are you asking about the rituals? Because if so, the higher wisdom. And that is so in alignment, because the new moon is on the 29th, and the 29 adds up to 11, which is King, Vision, Visionary, higher wisdom, Christ consciousness energy. So that is a perfect ritual when it comes to setting your intentions around higher wisdom, unlocking those upper chakras, the third and the crown. So you want the money, honey, if that's what you were asking. Masterpiece said, Team Boy, are you excited? I am. It's honestly still growing on me. I just don't know what to expect. I've never connected to a little boy like that. I never connected to a little boy like that. So this is definitely going to be a journey for me. And I know I'm going to love my baby naturally, but it's something I never experienced before. I don't have no nephews. I always connected to girls. So I'm excited. I've been connecting with my baby boo. I'm going to eat some cake later after the show. That's my celebrate, bitch. All right, so let me see who we got first. You said yes, that answers your question. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, so hear ye. We got Nelvula. Did I pronounce it right? I asked you earlier. I don't know if you said something. But Nelvula wants a love reading. A love relationship reading. Okay, so a love reading. So we're going to see what needs to come out in regards to the energy of love. Miss Sheba said, my son is 34 and he is the love of my life and very protective of his mother. Ashe. You're here. Did I pronounce it right? Yay, I did. Nelvula. So, to those of you who are just waiting for the spiritual exercise, what you can do is go ahead and get some incense burning. If you'd like to, you can light a candle. But go ahead and relax. Cut the lights down low. Get comfortable. Go ahead and use the bathroom. Go ahead and release so you can focus during the meditation. But y'all go ahead and get prepared for the spiritual exercise that we will be doing shortly after this. You can get any crystals, right? If you have your moldavite, you can get that. Your rose quartz, you get your clear quartz, lavender quartz. You can get your strawberry quartz, your jade. You can get unakite. Lime jade. All right, so Nelvula. Okay, we got the Six of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Yes, you could get your wand. Crystal said, I'm getting my wand. Yes. I think about you every time. I'd be like, I wonder if Crystal wouldn't have got her wand. Literally every spiritual exercise. I think it was one of the 369 ones that Brother Logas did. I was like, I wonder if Crystal got her wand. Let's see what we got. What's up with Nebula? Okay, so Nebula, we got 3, 6, cool. Yes, we got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So the energy that I'm picking up, you asked for a love reading. And what I'm getting is there is this energy of you not feeling seen, an energy of you not feeling protected. I'm not sure if this roots from like your past childhood, but it's this energy of you not really feeling safe in masculine energy. You may have had to, you know, be independent, and like you may have not had anybody that you could lean on or who you could trust here. Okay, but I do see that there are some blockages when it comes to you truly connecting with and harmonizing like this divine feminine and divine masculine, and this could be showing up in your relationships. But when it comes to matters of love, I would definitely recommend that you start really giving yourself what you're looking for. remembering that can't nobody ever give it to you like you can, and people are flaky. Sometimes they're going to give you flowers, sometimes they're not, but you can't let that shake you. Okay? But I do see that there is some coverage here. There is some energy that does want to show up and show you something that you've never experienced before, but it does feel like you're closed off to it. It feels like I'm feeling like untrustworthiness. Like, I'm not sure if you have like some past energy where you just like can't trust people's intentions, or you're scared to fully allow yourself to just unguard and just like let your walls down, let your hair down. But some shadow work starting at the root. I would definitely head over to the website crystalinemars.com and click on the spiritual services, and then you'll see shadow work, and I have some free journal prompts for each chakra, and each journal prompt I have questions for each chakra that can definitely bring some light to things. But it does feel like there are some things that needs to be acknowledged when it comes to how you truly feel. It does feel like you have this skewed perspective around something, again, from your past, that is blocking you from experiencing something in its fullness now. And this could be love. We do have love reading here. So here you are inquiring about it. Okay. But we're definitely going to do some hard work that is going to definitely make way for you to at least move into this energy of acceptance. Okay. And it's okay for you to receive. You don't have to always exchange it in that moment. Because what I'm seeing is like somebody give a compliment, but this could go beyond the compliment. But somebody give a compliment, you're like, oh, thanks, you too, you know, or, oh, thanks, you didn't have to do that. Now you feel like you have to do something right after that. So allow yourself to receive. All right. So that's what I got for you, babe. If you want to delve a little deeper, like I said, there is going to be a 15% off 1 hour tarot readings for this week, so you can book on the website. So that concludes our personal readings for tonight. So we're about to go ahead and get ready. You say yes, yes, yes. That resonates, Ashe. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready. I'm about to turn this light off real quick, and we're gonna get going for the 369 exercise. You're headed to the website, Ashe. You're wearing your Moldavite, awesome. Look, I am the Moldavite. I don't have mine no more. I just want to burn some rose incense real quick. Where's the... Okay. Zaiji said, hey, I was wondering what it means when I keep thinking about an old friend, cousin. I keep feeling this deep energy. I mean, it could mean a few things. It could mean that they're thinking about you, they're talking about you, or they're pulling on your energy. It could mean there is some awareness that needs to be brought in regards to that union. Maybe some work need to be done in regards to that relationship. They could be trying to communicate to you. So it could mean a couple of things, honestly. All right, hold on, because I got this bright ass light in my eyeballs. All right, y'all ready? So y'all comment 369 down below with intentions to open our mind, our heart, our spirit to receive this healing. I need y'all to comment 369, and that is your agreement to do the work with me in this present moment. regarding all things heart. And once I see our 369s, then we will start. Let me light a fire. Alright, so we go first. Just start with some intentional breathing. All right, I want everyone to, I invite everyone who is ready. And if you are not ready, if you are not in this space, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, to travel with us in this present moment, that is all right. We hold space for you. You're always welcome back. You can refer back to this live episode 387. The face jewelry is on the website, crystalinemars.com. It's a goddess bracelet. And even to those of you who do participate and activate and close up with me tonight, you can always revisit this space whenever you feel led. So I invite you all to close your eyes. And take some deep, intentional breaths in through your nose slowly, and exhale through your mouth slowly. And take a few rounds of breath as I clear the energy so we may move forward with tonight's spiritual exercise. So continue to take your deep breaths. Here we are in this dark space. And in this moment, we feel light. We are relaxed. We are present in the here and now. And we always bring ourselves back to our breath. Any moment that our mind begins to wonder if we're in the right space, wonder about what we're doing next. We release all of the worry and wonder with every exhale. And as we bring our awareness to the soles of our feet, we begin to wiggle our toes and feel the ground beneath our feet. It may be grass. It may be a hardwood floor. Maybe gravel. I want you to feel into the temperature of this foundation in which you stand on in this spiritual realm that we are in right now. And I invite you to attempt to lift your left foot. And as you lift your left foot, you feel a string attached to the soles of your foot, down into the ground, or to the floor that's beneath you. And it's limiting your ability to lift your foot up all the way. And you now may place this foot down and attempt to lift your right foot. But with the right foot, there is something a little different. It may be more restrained, or you may have more ability to lift it higher than the left. You may have more range. You may now place this foot down. Now we bring our hands, our awareness to our hands, and we feel similar strings protruding from the palms of our hands outwardly towards an external source. And we begin to feel this discomfort in our hands, as if something's pulling, as if the skin is about to be ripped and torn off of our hands. And now we bring our awareness to our root chakra. And there we feel another cord. This one's a little thicker. You may begin to see or feel the thickness of this cord. Attached again to an external source, limiting your ability to move. Bringing our awareness up to our sacral, near our navel. Another cord appears, maybe a few, attaching itself to something outside of you. Maybe attached to a traumatic experience, a past failure, a fear. We now bring our awareness up, right beneath our rib cage, to our solar plex chakra. And there too is another cord, maybe a few, attaching itself to something externally outside of you. Continue to breathe deep into this solar plex chakra. Visualize you inhaling a bright yellow light and exhaling this smoky gray colored energy out through your mouth. We now bring our awareness up to the heart chakra. At the center of our chest. And you may begin to feel a tightness, a clench. You may begin to feel it pulse. You may not feel either of these things. But I invite you to visualize a green ball. And this green ball is inside of a box. But this box is transparent. You are able to see through it. And with each inhale, you are pulling this cube towards you. So focus your energy ahead and bring this green ball that is encased towards you. There you go. There you go. Breathe. You may feel the chills run through your body. Emotions may arise. Emotions may fall. They may flee. Now, this transparent cube box is now face to face, and the green light is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. You may begin to feel your eyes just really feel overwhelmed by the brightness of this light, as it may be blinding you. And continue to look directly into this light, allowing for the healing to take place. In this space, we are in harmony. We are balanced. We are in love with self. We are whole. Bring your attention back to your breath. Inhale in through your nose. I want you to exhale a sigh. Inhale. Exhale. And this light is illuminating the connections to things, energies, stories that no longer serve you. Those memories begin to flash before your eyes. Those painful experiences, those heartbreaking experiences, they all begin to flash. And now in this space, we're going to travel back to a place we're going to travel to a place where you are still stuck. We're going to travel to a place where you have yet to accept or forgive yourself and or others. And we travel to this space in 3, 2, 1. You are here in this room. It could have been from this life, a past life. And all of the feelings that you felt in that moment are now bubbling to the surface. Let it come out. Allow for these emotions, this uneasiness, this dis-ease to come up and to come out, to purge. If you need to scream, if you need to place your hands over your heart, if you need to cry, if you need to recite out loud, I forgive myself, I forgive you, I love myself, I love you. I understand myself. I understand you. I accept myself. I accept you. I am at peace with myself. I am at peace with you. I love you. I thank you. I am proud of you. I release you. I release you. I release you. I release you. Ashe. If there are any other words that you need to get off of your heart, any truths that you need to share in this moment, this is your time. What are the desires of your heart? This is your time. You are appreciated. You are seen. You are valuable. You are an asset. You are a leader. You are powerful. You are stronger than you can even fathom. I don't care who didn't tell you. It's okay to not be okay. We will have another opportunity. We will experience another day for you to do it again on purpose, your way. And from this moment forth, we lead with love, and compassion, and empathy. And we release any anger, any resentment, any vengeance, any and all frustrations, any and all hate. We release any and all stagnant energy. We release the bondage. We release the stories that we have replayed. We release ourselves from the contracts that we have signed, consciously and unconsciously, that are not aligned with our highest path. We release the fears of showing ourselves, sharing our truths, and being vulnerable. We release the heartache. We release the betrayal. We release all lies that has kept us from experiencing the very thing that was always here for us, that was always ours. And I now invite you to visualize cords be cut from your heartstrings, with each breath, a cord is cut. Whoever comes to mind, whatever energy comes to mind that does not align, may it be severed. And we now see this green ball is no longer bound to this box. And all around you is peace, stillness, love. Now we make our way up, bring our awareness to our throat. And I invite you to swallow. And we release the chains that are wrapped around our throat. We release the need to be right. We bring our energy into balance so we may speak what needs to be spoken and deliver it in the manner in which it needs to be delivered so it may be received by all ears that our words fall on. We give ourselves permission to express ourselves and ask for what we want, ask for what we need. Command the energy to work in our favor. We bring our awareness now to our third eye in between our eyebrows. And I want you to visualize windshield wipers going from left to right, left to right, clearing up your third eye. So you may see clearly truth and the lies, the real and the fake, the past, the present, the future. And now we bring our awareness to our crown chakra at the top of our head. And we visualize 2 cords. One that connects us to the sun. And the other that connects us to the moon. The conscious and the subconscious mind. The aware and the unaware. The known and the unknown. The seen and the unseen. The dark and the light. The wrong, the right. The duality. In you and me, we see the all. The interconnectedness of all. We see ourselves within and without. These are your antennas. And we embrace all things. And now I want you to do a body scan from the crown of your head down to your toes, and you see that all cords have been severed, leaving no marks behind, no signs. We are free. Aligning ourselves with our dream, our desired reality. It is here now. It is here now. So we cast out any darkness that creates confusion, delusion, doubt. It cannot live here. For we know that what we see in our mind's eye will soon and very soon show itself in this earthly realm. You are free to be. And with this we say, Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika. It is done. You may bring your attention back to your breath. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Rotate your head. And slowly open your eyes and meet me on the other side. And now I invite you to drop a 369 with a black, a green, and a white heart. Ashe. Thank y'all for sharing this space. Thank you for having an open heart. And this concludes the spiritual exercise in episode 387. You're always welcome back to this space. CrystalineMars.com is the place. I want to show y'all these heart pieces that are speaking to me really quick. One sec. These are a few pieces on the website that may speak out to y'all that would definitely align you even more with this energy. Just give me one sec. All right. So these pieces are on the website for sale. They're speaking out, calling out. So I'm gonna show y'all them. Can't remember the names to some of them, but I know where to guide you. So here is a beautiful, cut the light. Let me get the lighting back right. One sec. Here is a beautiful rose and clear quartz pendant piece, which is great for clarity, peace, healing, self-love, compassion, empathy, and you can also program it to work specifically how you need it to. With that clear quartz, you can program it with any intentions. This is available on the website CrystalineMars.com. If you click on coil necklaces, it is in that tab. That is again rose quartz and clear quartz. And then we have these two gorgeous charm necklaces. I believe this one is grounded in love. Don't quote me. But if you go to the website CrystalineMars.com, you will see her available in the charm necklace section. And here we have energy for grounding to help you overcome your anxieties, your fears. Also that compassion, empathy, love, healing. And also you can program it with whatever intention. So this is available. And it's speaking out to somebody. If this, answer the call. Answer the call. And then we have this other charm necklace. Again, can't remember her name. Can't remember her name, but this piece is definitely going to assist you when it comes to balancing your emotions, okay, and healing as well. And then I saved the best for last. I'm gonna put her on a chain. But this is our last moldavite piece that I have ready at the moment. But this moldavite will change your life. When I say it will turn your world upside down for the highest and greatest good, I recommend you invest in her. This is moldavite. She's small, but her energy, super transformative. You can get a better view of her on the website. It's moldavite, MOLD Avite, on CrystalineMars.com. And don't forget, you'll get free shipping for all U.S. orders over $75. So that wraps up our show for tonight. Again, thank y'all for sharing this space. And I'll see y'all very soon on the next live tomorrow night. Peace and love. Ashe.